Right, beware I live, etc. Because yes, I am here, I am alive, and it will soon be time for me to be playing some video games, but first I guess I should at least spend a little bit of time complaining about the fact that for some weird reason it took me like 5 minutes of ineffectually trying to start a stream before it actually started, and apparently that was after I changed the stream key, so I actually have no idea if I needed to do that for some reason, but or if it would have worked without me doing that, and it was a weird, annoying hiccup, but hey, that was pretty annoying, and clearly that's something that needed to be broadcast by me, and also probably get a version of this song from my playlist that isn't 7 minutes, shouldn't I? Let's just go ahead and skip it and get another Castlevania song. I don't even know if the Castlevania stuff that's been playing on the pre-stream today is randomized. No, it is not randomized. I should turn the shuffle on there. But let's see. I actually considered switching to like OBS Studio for this one stream, but then I remembered why I didn't like it, because if you start looking into the actual functionalities of each of the capture sources things, they're not even as friggin' versatile as the ones on OBS Classic. Like, this doesn't, if you go to put in an image in OBS Studio, it doesn't give you any of the options that friggin' OBS Classic does, like opacity or just setting a solid color or using a chroma key. It just has the image and that is it, and that's pretty shitty. I mean, maybe there's some kind of hidden functionality to actually be able to access those options, but why hide it? Why not just put it there on the regular options menu like in OBS Classics? That's my question, but I guess that's my cue to, now that I've actually successfully bitched about that, it's time for me to actually switch over here to the thing, and hold on a second. I like that. I'm not even sure what settings I have exactly for this thing, the Pontificator, but I guess the way that it's on stream should be good enough, so just resize the window itself slightly. Let's see that right now, it's like 406 by 656, alright. Guess I'll try to be careful to never ever change it from those dimensions. And what's the actual window capture for it on OBS? Let me see. It's... oh, it's just the entire window. It's not even like sides down or anything. But yeah, there we go. We are here, we are back, and I am itching to play at least a little bit of Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, which is, unlike the game that I've been playing for the past couple of weeks, an actual good game. So let me see if I can actually get started, but yes, I don't know what the regular people say at this time. Hello everyone, how are you doing today? What is up with you? Yes, you, I'm talking to you. But also you, yes, you who I'm talking to. Can you tell me where my controller is? Never mind, I found it. My controller that I totally need for my perfectly legitimate capturing of this Game Boy Advance game. Don't worry about it, okay, but I guess I got to listen to the Seedling OST for at least a little bit longer, but I'm gonna aim to start the game any second now. Let's see. I do this, what will you see? To try and find out. Okay. Apparently the answer is nothing yet. Oh, but there we go. Now it starts up. And we can actually begin properly. Let me check something else. If I do this, and I try to do this, will there be any problems whatsoever? No, no problems whatsoever. That's what I'd like to see. But yes, it's time for me to jiggle the controller, or the cord on my... that connects my Game Boy Advance D-pad to the rest of the system, because, you know, it's a funky setup that I have here. Let's just put it that way. It's like an avant-garde retro switch, whatever you want to call it, but no. It's time for us to go back into the game. We had just We're just exploring this place, the village. And we were just about to start climbing up the mountain, and as a matter of fact we had started climbing up the mountain a little bit. Let's check our inventory a little bit to make sure what we have. We have 23 mushrooms, which recovers 25 HP, which is more than our maximum HP right now, so I think we're gonna be fine. Also helps that, you know, in theory you can go through every single battle in this game without getting hit at all because of how it's assigned, but yeah, we did clear this screen out before and we got all the blocks in it, and apparently the game's remembering that for now because I see that all the enemies are still gone, so let's go ahead and continue on here. The mountain trail continues on this way, so this way we shall go. Probably try to clear out basically every screen in this game. I'm pretty sure that would be viable. Have faith in your spin, step into the wind. Well, I clearly have no such thing, so... Oh, hey, Luigi got somehow hit even though we were both jumping as we approached. So he's not gonna be able to dodge if he gets attacked first. That sucks. But apparently that didn't happen because his speed was good enough that that didn't happen. I'm pretty sure that the dry bones, the way that it skull spins, is the tell for which of the two it's going to attack, and I don't know if it's like spinning it along its edge or spinning it along its like along its x-axis, to put it one way. It's doing now, or spinning it along a different axis, but I don't think we're going to be able to find out because it's probably going to be dead in just a second. Yeah. At least I don't think it works like the dry bones in like Paper Mario, where you have to have them all be like the last things to die, or else they're gonna get back up. Or burn them, even though that is possible in this game, you know, spoiler alert. But even though, yeah, the thing about a lot of the enemies in this game is that they're basically redesigned versions of the I guess slightly cartoonier version. Yeah, there we go. If it spins like that, then it's gonna go against Luigi, but if it spins the other way, which is less funky, it's gonna go against Mario. But the thing about a lot of the enemies in this game, though, that I remember, is that they're basically slightly cartoonier or redesigned versions of, like, classic Mario enemies, but... like, you got your dry bones, which aren't distinguished at all from, like, the dry bones of earlier Mario games, but... well, is there anything down here? Well, I guess I'm not gonna be able to find out today. I don't think there is anything in there actually, but maybe there is, I don't know. There's actually like a couple of things you can keep track of if you want to do a theoretical, you know, 100% run of this game, which I guess I am doing now. And those things are like, well, these things, the bean holes in the ground. You can't, we can't do anything about these yet because we don't have the ability to do so, but there is a limited number of those in the world of this game. And I guess I'm gonna try to attempt to get them all, since I guess I don't think that's something that I ever really did when I played this game in the past. But the other thing that you have to look out for if you want to get absolutely everything is hidden blocks. Of which, based on what I've seen, there's apparently a considerably lesser amount of them in the world than there are the bean holes, but I guess I'm aiming to track both of those now, regardless. But I don't think that we're gonna really be concerning ourselves with that just yet, just because, well, for one thing, we can't do anything about the bean holes until a couple of, like, dungeons down. Oh, what shall I try to spin for now? I guess health. Probably a good idea to have more of that, but we got screwed over there. Oh well. Health, even though, as you can see, there, you know, the big numbers don't really matter in this game, or you don't really get that big numbers with the stats in this game. Oh, okay. I feel like sometimes that happens a lot faster after the skull leaves their body than other times. Like for Mario, it seems a lot slower than with Luigi. Maybe that's supposed to be like heralded by the difference in the animation, but I don't know. Could spin for BP, for HP, or for more stash. I think we should spin for stash. Probably a good chance of getting something good, but apparently that was not followed up at all. Also this thing, which we can't do anything about yet, but... oh, here's one of these fountains, but it's not actually turned on right now. Ooh, mountain watering hole. Also try to come up here and go behind the waterfall, but this is as far as we can go, so we can't really do anything. Ooh. Okay, so there's dry bones here, I guess we'll take care of that. Should probably go after the dry bones first if there's a beating as well. I feel like it's easier to dodge their attacks. Okay, it's like different parts of the animation that you have to react to the tail, depending on which brother they're attacking, I feel. Like when it's attacking Mario, it's slightly after the skull detaches from its body, and when it's going after Luigi, it's like right as it's about to detach. I want to actually be able to avoid that encounter. I don't even know if it's possible to avoid that without countering, because it stays under you for so long. Here we are, beholder of overhydration, spitting excess waters on objects. Yeah, it's the same thing as the sign said elsewhere, but the objects in question in this area are different, and as it happens, you need to do that here, because that's the only way to make this thing blush and spit out a tornado. And now that you've accomplished that, you can use that to extend your flight time when you're doing the spin jump. And get over here. And save again. So what is this thing? I'm gonna be bothered by that now. The thing that's used to like erase the previous thing. Previous description. We need to jump to get all the way up this thing, or like to the high jump, I mean. Maybe not, but well. Apparently this thing is terrible at keeping track of us, but I guess we'll go for the dry bones first this time. So we don't have to worry about that. Oh. And then that happened. It only shows, or goes to show that you clearly cannot trust anyone, not even yourself, not even your own judgment when it comes to this game. So I guess we'll just go with the same kind of order as we... yeah, see, that time I did it right as it was about to detach, and apparently that was too early, so... timing is definitely different depending on who's being targeted. I could use a mushroom, and probably should use a mushroom in a little bit, but we don't really need to worry about that just yet. We can, however, have this thing right here create a tornado for us, which I guess we'll make use of in a second, but first let's see. Oh boy, plenty of things over here. I guess we should take care of them so that we can probably bring the water thing over here and create yet another tornado in this area. That's a lot faster. A lot faster and just a lot farther reaching, I think, just because of how the object relates to the animation that it takes. But I guess we've at least got the hang of it at this point. It's taken this long, but only this long. So one way we can look at it. Alright, let's get high so that we can get yet another one of these tornadoes. And there we go. What do we accomplish by doing this? Let's see. Oh, now that thing is gonna be turned on, and now we can actually go back there and follow up on that thing in particular. There's always kind of suspicious platform over on this side, but apparently that doesn't actually lead to anything. Yes, however, it's an actual block that we can see right from here. Maybe that's just a normal mushroom, so it's whatever. But, okay, we're immediately back here, so... see what this new tornado will resort in, lead to, will reveal before our eyes. There's apparently another tornado farther down the road already, so there you go. So the trail continues in that direction, but that means we need to investigate over here first to find a couple of item blocks. Putting a one-up mushroom and some money. Okay, let's save, because I'm pretty sure we're gonna have a bit of an encounter just coming up right here. Uhuros Gate. Sounds very, not ominous at all, so let's see. We might want to save, but we don't know. See, we're not even at half health yet, so for all I'm... Or not save, because we already saved, but like heal. I guess we could heal, so why not? At least for Mario and for both of them. I mean, we have fucking 37 mushrooms. I think it's okay to use a couple of them. But we need to talk to this man. Travelers, I am Uhuros, the ancient weapon of the Huhu civilization. Beyond this point, the path grows even crueler. You must prove yourselves up to the challenge. Dare you try this challenge? Well, I guess we must, so... We'll start now, and you must catch 10 Huhu spirits within 30 seconds. Do not fall off the ledges, or you will immediately fail. Well, we don't need to use this to accomplish that, so... Just gonna have to go over and over between these platforms with the spin jump so we can attempt to catch this, but I mean, it's kind of RNG because we need to do 2 different spins to get far enough to grab some of these, but apparently we did it. We've cleared the challenge. Now for your next challenge, you must defeat me. And I guess I need to recede into the shadow and come back as a grayer version of myself. Let us begin. Pretty sure all we need to do here is just crush the pillars. And we need to crush the pillars in not the order that you might think immediately. We need to do this first and then... The rush is over there, but there's also not a pillar there, so we can't attack. Oh shit. I don't remember his attack pattern at all, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Right, Splash Brothers level 3. Our only attack. But we should aim to do as many attacks as we can manage in level 3. And the reason for that should become clear later. Yeah, the timing for that is really awkward, a lot more than I remember, but surely that's just fine. And Luigi here is being targeted, that's the only... only one who's actually being attacked by the pillars that are left alone. And let's see, will we be able to beat this guy before we run out of, I want to say MP, but it's not quite MP, it's BP. Enough points to be able to continue with our assault, our special attacks. Answer is probably yes, but never counter X, etc., etc. I wonder if there's a way to say that in, like, what the equivalent of saying that in other languages would even be. There we go. Got him. Boy, above 100. That's very... Number above 100. Also 100. Minecraft 100. What other things could there be? A default. Maybe I could get to 100 BP if I boosted this thing enough. But I don't know which of these things would be more favored by the RNG at this point. Spin the wheel thing. I should go for this, with the possibility of getting more points here. Probably the smart thing to do here. Pass this test too. Now you must face the test of reaching the summits. That's a separate test. Be sure to sign up for that so you can take it on Friday morning. And make sure you aren't late or you will be failed and you will have wasted however long or however much it took you to sign up for that course. But okay, so there's a couple more of these things, more of these blocks that we can get here. Sure, the way you get to them is this way, yeah. Syrup. And mushroom. Mushroom. We could also save again. I think we did save again, didn't we? Oh, well, whatever. We can just keep going. I have complete faith that the game won't mysteriously reset itself as it did before. I still don't know why the fuck that happened, how that could have happened, but let's continue with our campaign of exterminating all endemic life on this mountain. There's a new enemy, as you can see, it's Rex from Mario World. And I guess much like in Mario World, you might say, you can make it get smaller by stomping on it repeatedly, even though I actually don't remember that happening in Mario World, but surely that must have come from somewhere. And now Luigi gets leveled up. I don't know, what should I favor him with? He seems pretty well rounded except for the stash, but I've had a lot of luck with that so far. I guess we could go for the fence since he has like a little less health. Hello, good sir. Hey, Sarah, how's it going today? Saw that you were streaming some Monster Hunter World earlier, but I also woke up really late today, so I think I caught like the first or the last half hour of that stream. But now I am here playing this game, which is a much better game than the one I've been playing on stream the last couple weeks or so, which was not a good game, but that's why I'm playing this now, I suppose. Also, it doesn't look like you can actually counter these guys if you haven't stomped on them at least once, so I guess you should aim to do that as quickly as possible. Or I should. But yeah, how was it? I think I saw that you were doing the MR Kulvetaroth, which is something that I haven't really gotten around to doing myself yet. I honestly haven't been doing that much Monster Hunter lately, because I feel like, I don't know, I'm a little bit burned out on that game. I've been playing it since like the PC version came out. And I feel like, especially with Iceborne, every time I go back into the game I need to figure out how to make like a new meta build. And funnily enough, apparently MR Kulvetaroth is apparently where you need to go to find the new meta builds. Don't worry, never played this game before, looks amazing. MRKT is intense, it is true though, yeah. Actually talking about that, or mentioned that exact thing to somebody else I know who streams, or who streams Monster Hunter World yesterday, and pretty much the same kind of deal, like... Let me see if I can even remember. It went from... I don't even know what it was in the base game, to be honest with you, the meta for that, but... So this is why we have to go this way. I do know that, like, when regular Kulva came out, then, like, that was the meta. You need to farm Kulva, and you need to get the Kiar weapons, or... No, I think it was, like... The original Kulva had, like, its own range of... goddammit, of weapons. Like, gold something... They had like 2 different names and I can't remember what they were right now, but then Arch-Tempered Kulva comes out and that has like the Kiar weapons or the Blitz weapons or whatever it was, and that's a new meta. And then Iceborne came out and you have to make the MR weapons, and that's a new meta. And then freaking Safi Jiva comes out and that's a new meta, and I guess that's already been overridden by the new version of Kulva. It's like, how many times am I gonna have to go back into it so that I can keep up with the weird, But how do I say this without being, like, a terrible person about it? With basically the speedrunners who I see on every stream of the game, it's like, how do I play with these people who can do, like, I don't know, 20k damage in like 2 minutes and not feel useless? How do I like optimize myself to that point now that they've changed it up again? That's how it ends up feeling for me. Yep, it's exactly like that, and I had a friend that sold all the HRKT weapon thinking they were useless. Well, I mean, I guess they are now. Or are they? No, they are not. I don't think they are, because I'm guessing that they did the same. Like, if you keep them in that state, I guess they are, but I think they did the same thing that they did with a lot of other, like, HR2 MR equipment, where you can, if you kept it, you can upgrade it with some, like, MR tickets or stuff like that. Haven't actually looked into the mechanics of, like, how the new Kulva works yet, that's the thing. Or not because you can upgrade them with the MR, yes, yeah, that's what I thought. I do remember that there's, like, for example, if you got the, like some of the event weapons from HR, like the dual blades that can put the enemies to sleep. Like, before you only had the HR versions of those dual blades, but now that MR is out, you can... damn it, but you can use some MR tickets to, like, upgrade those to an MR version, so... There's really no reason to get rid of them. To, like, consider that now. I'm pretty sure the same goes for, like... That's one example I can think of, like the sleep dual blades, but also the... I think the poison hammer. Like the ones that are based off the Crakes. And also, dual blades that you can get from the Witcher missions, I think. Crossover quest. I'm pretty sure there's one that you can get if you get enough materials from, like, the Ancient Lesson. And that was, like, that used to be HR only, but damn it. But I'm pretty sure the same tickets that you can use to upgrade the other weapons can also be used to upgrade the, you know, that weapon. MR stats, I don't know. I don't know if there's like any HR tickets that could be used for, or any materials that could be used for stuff like that, though, that aren't just the weapons. But yeah, I don't know, it's like a big... How do I keep on top of all this stuff kind of deal going on there. And have I been to the lower part of the screen? I don't know, that's literally just where I came from. What's here? What is this sign? Summit ahead. Beware of excessive whirlwind spinning. Well, you need to do excessive whirlwind spinning to be able to get to the end of the screen. And then fall down again, because you need to get absolutely everything. Or I need to get absolutely everything, I guess, if I'm pretending that this is anything close to a 100% run. kind of ignorant with all the HR stuff, so I can't help. Streaming it helped me because there are a lot of backseaters, otherwise I would be kind of lost, yeah. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, I feel like I'm not... I feel like I'm mostly pretty good at that game, except for one thing, and that thing is when it comes to actually figuring out how to make good meta builds. It's pretty much the best meta builds that I've gotten so far, which are like one that I thought was gonna be good for basically the rest of Master Rank, but apparently isn't anymore, is the one that's like the Silver Rathalos set bonus, which is critical, true critical stuff. But apparently based on what I've heard some people say, you don't even need that necessarily anymore, because the MR Cover weapons have like their own critical bonus, like sort of how do they put it, like innate, intrinsic, basically included. You don't actually have to worry about like the Silver Rathalos set bonus anymore, and indeed with like the new monsters that have been released, apparently they have a lot better, they have much better like base defense and base sort of number of skills that you can get from their armor sets. So I don't know, honestly at this point I'm just kind of tempted to just wait until there's some kind of lull in the updates for the game and try to look back in to see how things look at that point. If I can figure something out. But I don't know. I kind of want to play at least a little bit, but I feel like it would be more comfortable for me to play in if I knew that it had some kind of loadout that I knew was good for most of what was in the game, and that's clearly not the case right now. Well, I was wondering where this thing was. I knew there was some kind of a telescope up here, but there you go, you can look around and get a very faint idea of where you're gonna have to go next, or some of the places you will end up going next. Like, I'm pretty sure we're gonna go there last, but the rest of these places that you can very vaguely see as individual places on the map are other places that we're gonna end up going first, but there we go. I mean, technically you can get a very good build without having the perfect build. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure that, especially with the unlocks that, what's it called, like, I'm pretty sure the update that had Furious Rajang and also Raging Brachydios also made it so that you can upgrade the armor even more, so in theory the old build that I had with the Silver Rathalos set was like technically one of the best builds you can have still, but apparently it's not quite the top of the meta. And apparently that does make a difference when you're, you know, you end up going to a stream and you end up getting people that they clearly do know what the top of the meta is, and it does make a very visible difference, but I don't know, maybe I should just stop caring about that. But yes, we're kicking rocks up here. A really rare stone, it's called a hoo-hoo block, and I'll tell you, anyone who tries to kick a hoo-hoo block down the mountain is a thief in my book, even though apparently it's not uncommon to take blocks from up here based on what we heard. My name right, I'm called Blablanodon. Also, you can't see this thing's mouth, but I'm pretty sure that if you see him from the side, it should like really prominent teeth. Bird teeth, dinosaur teeth, I don't know. Personally, I do not care that much, and we're gonna speedrun anyway, I'm not patient enough, yeah. I mean, I like to at least have builds that let me do like the, in theory, do the hardest monsters in the game, like solo. Well, the hardest monsters that aren't supposed to be a team effort, like the Arch-Tempered. I don't think I will do those solo unless it turns out to be like, oh, there's a whole new rank and it's like as far above Master Rank as Master Rank is above High Rank. Like, I only attempted to do the Arch-Tempered in High Rank solo after I got Master Rank gear, but beyond that, like, I would at least be able to beat fucking Raging Brachydios and furious riding by myself. Like, I managed to beat regular riding by myself once upon a time. It was not fun, but I did it. And I have not been able to do that with those other two yet. Like, I'd like to at least be able to know that I can do that, but I don't know. Let's see here. Was that the townsfolk are all worried about me, really? But I didn't mean to make them worry. What happened is this: I saw Prince Peasley and followed him up here, and then I saw that this huge egg had appeared. I was shocked, I was speechless, which is rare. So anyway, I've just been here keeping this poor egg warm ever since. Yep, that's the deal. I think something will hatch out of it pretty soon. That's what happens with eggs. Indeed. Sure, it's time. It's about to hatch. I can't take the suspense. There you go. It's got like a big jaw with teeth for some reason. And there goes the one block falling down the waterfall. It was not fun, but I did it. I felt that, yeah. I mean, it was not fun, but I did it. Was also a very good way to describe the game that I was playing before this, which is fucking Dirge of Cerberus Final Fantasy VII, which is a spin-off, and well, it's already summarized. It's like the two phrases that I would use to summarize my experience with that game are it was not fun, but I did it, but also there was one phrase that I kept saying over and over as I was playing the game, and it was, does it matter? Does it actually matter, or is it just a frivolous detail? That's basically the other phrase that I would use to summarize my experience with the game. Also, hello, Tree Pangolin. How's it going? I think I've seen you in Captain K's streams, haven't I? Maybe a couple other places. One crazy egg, yeah, that's Captain K mode. There you go, welcome in. How are you doing today? Also, there's a dragon in the egg, which will apparently spit out more of these blocks that are here. Gugwa. Arbitrary sound effect I'm not quite sure how to pronounce, because this is... I probably should have healed before I came into this, but it doesn't matter. Well, let's see. Surely we'll be fine. This is the Drago Ho-Ho, which has a very distinctive kind of little haircut there and the little goatee in the front. Apparently it's a redhead. I don't know, would dragons have hair if dragons were real? How do you think? Also, we need to jump over those here, but I think that's gonna happen to me a lot since it's been so long since I played this game. It's gonna be like... I'm not gonna be able to remember what the tells and the ways to dodge different enemies' attacks is. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's... Well, the tell is pretty obvious. When it like angled upward, it's gonna target Mario, and when it's angled like not angled, then it's gonna target Luigi, but I guess when its head is like crushed like this, it's not gonna... Or it is gonna be easier for him to... Oh, yep. It's gonna be harder to dodge his stuff, and we really need to heal, so let's do that this round. Pretty sure the reason you want to get rid of this egg, because, you know, it makes it a lot harder to dodge his attacks, so let's account for that. Okay, and I'm pretty sure the timing's also different. You need to jump a lot earlier with Mario when he's in that position to actually dodge his stuff. There we go. Oh, and his head is back up, so let's try to account for that. His head is back up, kind of reminds me of the freaking... the weird way in which they phrased the first boss in the... You know, speaking of Final Fantasy VII, the way in which they phrase the, like, attacking for the first boss in that game, like the original version of that game. It's like, attack while its tail is up. Okay, I'm gonna attack while its tail is up. Oh, it's dead already. But then it turns out that what they meant is if you attack while its tail is up, it's gonna throw out a terrible counterattack. You know, psych. How dare you act on the first thing that we said. Even though it seemed intuitive, but... From what I remember, all of the bosses in this game are like very well designed in that regard, of you having the possibility to... I guess we're gonna go for this. To to dodge everything that they throw out. That's part of the design for this game, after all. But yeah, it turns out it was not a dragon after all, it was a green man who was blonde. Cheers to your mustaches. This incredibly dazzling man is none other than Prince Peasley. What happened to you? Well, Tanya just keeps doing the dazzle thing, I forgot about that. But you could call it a bit of an accident, as I was investigating events throughout the country for this top-secret mission I'm on. I suddenly encountered Cacletta and her vile underling Fawful here on this mountain. Which we kinda do as well, but by the time I realized who the fiends were, it was too late. They transformed me into that and shot me inside the egg. In that order, I guess. No real idea how that worked, but... Gonna lurk a little while I play? Alright, Sarah, enjoy your lurk. Is that so? Princess Peach's voice has been stolen. Let me summon my flying cushion here. I wouldn't worry about Princess Peach, I'm quite sure she'll be fine, and yeah, there's actually a reason why he says that right now, but... We'll get to that. At any rate, we should chase after Cacletta. I want you to visit Queen Bean in Bean Bean Castle once you climb down the mountain. It may be that Cacletta's next target is in Bean Bean Castle, I'd bet my life on it. Oh, here's a gift from me, autographed of course. I don't know how you autograph a flower, but there you go. Pink rose matches your green perfectly. If you show that rose at Bean Bean Castle, that permits you to enter. Let me just throw out some more sparklies and then... With that I must get back to my mission. Maybe we meet again. And now I'm pretty sure we get a ride all the way down to the base of the mountain again. Meteorite fell down from above the waterfall and onto the Hammerhead Brothers' house, so yeah. Well, thank goodness that we see that immediately upon coming down, because that's actually what we need to follow up on now. I think their house is like right next to the path that goes up to the mountain, right, so we have to go this way. Let's actually save first, because, you know, I'm still mildly paranoid about that one time that this thing reset itself. For apparently no reason whatsoever. So I will aim, you know, I could just use save states, but screw it, I will just aim to use the save albums as often as I can. But here we are. We're actually gonna need this, so... Boy, did you two arrive at exactly the right time. Just now a hoo-hoo block fell down in the waterfall. Check it out, we'll use it to make you the ultimate hammer. Like so. Any guesses as to how that works, but there it is. And it feels so great to be making hammers again after such a long break. In fact, it feels so darn great that we went ahead and made you guys 2 hammers, even though there was just 1 block. Look at that craftsmanship, pow. Now you're playing with power. I'm pretty sure that's the Nintendo power node that I literally never understood till today, so... You got that right. These bad boys are now all yours. You got hammers, even though they're just the most... I think we do get stronger hammers in this game, yeah. You can use solo hammer action. Guess you gotta teach you guys how to properly use hammers. First press the R button to select your hammer, so now you get to press R to change the actions of the person in front. Hammer. Then press the A button to whack stuff, that's it. But right now only the guy in front can use a hammer. So the action the guy in front does with the A button is called a solo action. The action the guy in the back does with the B button is called a bros action. Try whacking all kinds of stuff with those hammers, only one manly whack breaks the hardest rocks. I get the feeling that's the kind of thing that should be quoted out of context. How well, you know you ought to break that hammer in by smashing the rocks in the next room. And sure enough we can, but... You know what, I'm gonna go ahead and... how do I do this actually? There we go. Oh yeah. And yeah, we can now break these, like, brown rocks. And get a nut. That's quite a... One manly whack breaks the rocks and gets a nut. That's very fitting segue there, I think. But I think we can actually go back into the mountain and like find some new stuff right now if you wanted, but... Yeah, we still can't. Oh no, we can use the hammer and the back, but right now that's the only effect. But, you know, there's the fact that that's available to us, and that's for a reason, but now that we've done that, we can actually try to climb down the mountain, and indeed we do. Because we did have a big rock that was dropped down here by Fawful before, but apparently we can just break it once. Break it with a single swing and find our way down here, but we're also trying to find out what's up here. It's another nut, which if I recall is actually quite useful because it's just like a joint healing item. Now let's break all the rocks. Even though there's also a flaming rock here that I guess is, by virtue of being on fire, is also immune to hammers, however that works. Not as you might imagine, we're gonna be able to take over that in just a second. Rose attack. Which I guess in this case could be bros attack each other, but I think actually now that we have the hammer, if we have Mario, yeah, we can also hit him with the hammer and do that, but I think that's only good for like 3 those, I don't know, water projectiles. But apparently only one of them is gonna be enough to... what do you call it? To cool down the rock. There's also something that I don't think they tell you until later on when you got a bigger repertoire of actions, but I'm pretty sure that if you have if you press L and R at the same time, you can just automatically bring both of the buttons back to the default, which is the jumping thing. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to go through this cave here too. Yeah, mysterious minecarts. Destination Hoover Mountain base 1 per cart. I have to deal with that to get to the base of the mountain, so let's see what's on this side first. A bunch of items, and more of those blocks or little holes that we still can't do anything about. So let's, I guess let's just get over here and get right to it, right after we use another save album. So I guess that's gonna be part of my quest for this. It's gonna be use every save album in the game at least once. That's gonna be clearly the most difficult part of this whole thing. Also, I hear some kind of loud instrument outside my window, but what that could be about. I wonder if that comes through in the mic when I'm speaking. I don't think it does by itself, because I think it only picks up the noise gate stuff after, or once I actually say something, but we got a green dog and a green man. Other parts. It's been a Goomba's age since we had any strangers in these parts. Now listen, fellers. Want to ride in them rusty old carts and won't go stopping you. I'd advise you watching out for trouble. Yep, no one knows where them rails lead. Not even me, even though I live here, I guess. Still, I'll tell you something. You might just be able to find jewels by jumping a bit in there. And while you're hopping for loot, watch out. If you spot danger, just shine your light at it. Oh, mercy, there I go again. Always boring folks to tears with stuff like this. So tell me, boys, casual ride in the carts. I'm pretty sure we already know how this works, or at least I do. Just another minigame. We can actually get more yellow he beans if we do this over and over, but... but I don't know if I'm gonna bother with that right now, because we don't actually know what we need, or we're not supposed to know what we need those beans for yet, so we can always come back to this. Just need to keep on picking up the batteries to keep your flashlight active and get as many of these gems as possible. It's pretty easy, honestly. A little bit easier than the first minigame with the jump rope, depending on how you handle that. Oh, no. Oh, I missed the jump because I completely blanked on the color that needed to be. And I missed a flashlight battery, so... Oh, there's another one right here. I don't know, it slows down just as you're getting to that obstacle that you need to jump over, so... I don't know, do we need some kind of minimum score to be able to make it to the end of this? You need to jump on the very edge of that, or you're not gonna be able to clear that. Because if we can get at least 10, that's probably good enough. Got 10, there we go. Right at the last second we figured that. I think we do need to get at least 10 just to be able to make it to the other side, but then we can just keep doing this if we want to, you know, get more beans, but I guess I don't think I'm gonna do that right now. Well, howdy again. Don't ask how I got here. This spot marks the last stop on the long, strange railroad ride of my life. I reckon your adventure has just begun. Get to it, boys. What is that supposed to imply? That he's a ghost? I don't know, that would make sense, I suppose, but if that's the case, then it's also a little bit glossed over. Oh, you don't say anything about that or have any kind of reaction, but look at that, it's another save album. Woohoo Mountain Track's End. Which means that we're about to make it down onto the field. Into the kind of hub area of this whole game world, finally. It's actually the third area that we make it to, but wait up. Oh yeah, we didn't really have a chance to do this yet, or unless we made it and we went back onto the trail yet, but I think there would be any enemies left over there anyway, because we killed them all, but forgot to mention one thing. We never taught you how to use your hammers in battle. Ready to learn? Yeah, I think it's, from what I remember, it's pretty similar to using them in Paper Mario, so... Or at least for counter-attacking. To work with a hammer. Mario uses the A button and Luigi uses the B button. Just with everything else. Talking don't do it justice though, let me explain by example. Let's do some solo attacks using hammers. We actually need it soon because, you know, we need to fight like spiked enemies and junk. Press the A button right here. That's smart, but I'm a hammerhead bro, so I'll be fine, no big deal. Press the button when the hammer shakes. When it shakes, you got it. An old green guy there should press the B button when his hammer shakes, but we don't get to practice that. So next we gotta learn how to defend with a hammer, so we're here, so... Press and hold B when you release the button now. That'll leave a mark. You get the idea. Wanna try again? Well, no, but... Hammer attacks, choose your hammer and wait till it shakes, and wait until it shakes also when you're, defending. Release it before it shakes. Perfect hammer defense. Well, you also can't release it too early or else you just put it down. That's a thing that they don't really point out to you here. You better look alive with those things, there's a lot of monsters that your jump won't do diddly to. You'll learn some new tricks if you wanna get by them. If you wanna get by them. I'm pretty sure I just ate half of those words, but... sure you guys will be able to take care of business. If you can't, you're gonna have to give us those hammers back. Somehow. Going back so we can ride the cart again. First watch are thrilling and filled with suspenders. But it's filled with suspense. Well, that just makes me question what the original script said. Well, excuse me. That might have been another obscure Nintendo note. I think there's like 3 types of hammers, just like in Paper Mario, and like 3 types of obstacles that you can break with them. Obviously like a jet black onyx, like rock like back there, we can't actually break those yet. Can only break the, like... brown dirt-looking rocks. At this point I also use the hammers in battle, which I would like to, but we need to find something to kill first. There's also a boo stone that we can't actually do anything to, because we can't do anything to it. Well, we're looking at it because it becomes intangible, just like regular boos. That's a reference there. We can also like go back to the other side this way, but that's where we came from, so there's really no reason for us to do that at this time. To do that. I need to enunciate. I should probably take a drink soon. Oh, already we got like the first enemies that we're supposed to fight with hammers, so... let's see if I can get the drop on it here. I think if you attack with a hammer you don't necessarily get like a damage bonus, but you do stun the enemy. They're called Sharpies, which are like the... I guess Bean Kingdom versions of the Spinies from, you know, the regular Mario games. And yeah, it's gonna be a little bit tricky trying to defend against these things, but that's whatever. Let's see. Oh, I guess we're gonna try to fight as many of them as we can, just because of the same logic as last time. Oh shit, we actually get the first turn. There we go. I mean, you can still defend with the hammer after it shakes, but... but if it shakes, that means that it's like a couple seconds away from, or just like 1 second away from falling backwards, which is what negates the hammer defense. That's the deal. Your eyes are too dead and black and creepy, oh boy. I think that happens to a few characters in this game, but for some others, they're just like very like overtly like Disney looking cartoon eyes. It's a strange kind of deal. There we go. So we got the hang of this now. There we go. And if only attacking with the hammer actually did damage, like in Paper Mario. Like doing a first strike in the field, I mean. Ooh. Soulless. Is it only those two guys, or is it also the enemies we're fighting now that are those soulless eyes? I honestly don't know. But also worms or ground snakes. Okay. Okay, so might be a good idea for us to... What are these called? I guess it's called swarms. I think we'll actually aim for the sharpies first. Oh, we also need to... damn it. All those things have like very freaky snake teeth as well, so... nothing else to take into consideration there. But these guys we can worm, or jump on, I mean. Oh no. Oh, there we go. That's a lot easier to counter, because it's just like... they're just below you, and you happen to be above them, and yeah. Nature and gravity just follow their course, also. Yeah, you might notice a few conspicuous features in the field like these. Like circles of flowers or rings of flowers. I can't really do anything about those yet. But I'm pretty sure their importance will become clear in time. Ooh. There we go. We actually wait the appropriate amount of time, we actually can counter those things with the hammer. And get more of these green wood beans, which we will be needing all of the types of beans that we have, even though we only have 2 types of beans yet, and it's pretty common to just come over here and not even know about the existence of the he beans, because you don't realize that you can... oh, for fuck's sake. You don't realize that you can... what do you call it? You can repeat the minigames and get more beans that way. But like I said, not that you would ordinarily know what they're for already at this point, so... I guess we should probably try to make our way to the town, though. It's gonna be like our main hub slash safe haven for the time being, instead of trying to just kill everything. I think if we go this way we're gonna have a bad time, because we got fucking Tanuki Goombas over there, and I guess we should theoretically be able to take care of them, but I think they might be a little bit higher level than we're supposed to actually be able to deal with right now, so we will be prudent and just kind of walk away. I guess we can take care of the... oh jeez, a few more of these things, but... if we come over here, there's actually nothing we can do over here yet, no, so... I guess we can kill one more just for good measure, or try to, and then not actually be able to hit it or counter, at least for one of them. I don't know, the way these things approach is actually really awkward to counter, I will say that. At least I'll do it without just practicing it a bunch of times. But here we are in Bean Castletown and Chateau de Shovelhawk, which is missing what's it called? That accent that's just like a little tent over the letter. That's supposed to go over the A in Chateau, but apparently they forgot it. Didn't want to render it. But yeah, it turns out everybody's dead. The town was attacked. The horror. Mr. Kurtz apparently dropped by. It's Stop, make it stop. Yeah, this is a nice thing to come to. Clara and the odd ugly helmet-wearing one. Helmet-wearing one, they lay waste to the town. It was so sudden there wasn't anything we could do. Have to rebuild the town as soon as possible. Says this guy was like the only one who's left standing. They went toward the castle after attacking the town. Queen Bean may be in danger. Let's talk to all these moribund people here. They attacked while the Bean troops were in Huhu village searching for Prince Peasley. Dead-eyed brothers. Yep, we don't care about this except for the very start of this. This guy might be minutes away from death, but what are we gonna do, you know? They said that the Beanstar is hidden up in Bean Castle. What if, my gosh, what if Heclera hopes to get her hands on the Beanstar? No. Do not want. And yeah, there's the castle, but we can also go in here, but apparently this is the only store that's gonna stay open with the town in such a bad state, with the weird teeth window design. Welcome to my temporary item shop. Sorry about the mess. With the town in this state, I'm only staying open as long as customers keep coming. And indeed, well, it's pretty simple. I can only buy one mushroom for 20, which is kind of surprising considering how many mushrooms we got for free already. And also cure status ailments and get syrup, but I don't think we really need any more item replenishment yet. Also sell, but I don't know what we would. This is ordinarily a hip and cool fashion house, you know, but for the time being I'm leasing the place out to her. The town in this state, we have to help each other as best we can. Oh. Yeah, the Beanstar. That seems to be what we're gonna be looking for here. Next plot point, if you will. There's also these weird spike bars to the side of, I don't know what they're supposed to be like. There's like spiky texture on them, but they're apparently also like rocks that are cut out for something else. It's kind of unclear what they're supposed to be other than just very obvious barriers that are supposed to keep you from going in a direction that the game doesn't want you to right now. Well, once again, we're not at full health or anything, but what could possibly go wrong? Let's see. If we try to go in here. We are halt, you can't just waltz on in here. The town has just been attacked, which means that the castle could be attacked at any moment. Lady Lima has instructed us not to allow anyone to enter the castle, anyone whatsoever. Having said that, if you still wish to enter, you must explain your names and your motives. Here we go. What? You're the world-famous Mario. What? And you're the legendary Luigi. Luigi who? Well, I have no idea. It's a running gag somehow, even though. You really are the superstar Mario from the Mushroom Kingdom, then prove it. Right, that's apparently enough. A jump. No mistaking it. This guy is really Mario. I can't be certain, or not. What business would the famous Mario and Louis other guy have in this castle? You know, Green Mario. Oh, I see, gotcha. What do they want? No clue. Well, I mean, they're just speaking Italian, apparently. Enough. Regardless of all that nonsense, you may not enter. Or Italian-sounding gibberish, at any rate. Prince Peasley's Rose. Are you friends of the prince? I think maybe we all let these guys inside. Taking into account that Rose and your wacky story, we can allow you to enter. That was one wacky story. Woo. Well, there you go. This is Bean Castle. We have nothing else to say at this point, I guess. Needed to have that exchange, though. And here we are. Seems pretty conspicuously empty, but, well, here's these people. Authorized personnel only, but we can't tell you anything else about what's going on in here. Except for this weird looking door. And this conspicuously downed person here, but what if we just ignore that for the time being and go to collect some money? Seems like a good deal. There we go. Well, Master Mario and Master Luigi, here comes somebody who's not going to comment on this dying person at all. I am Lady Lima, highest of the ladies at court. Gatekeepers told me of you. Are you indeed the Mario and Luigi of fame, the superstars? how it appears to be. Yes, I can't deny that such jumping is the hallmark of the Mario and Luigi of Legend. Pardon me, what are you trying to tell me? Oh, do speak up. Oh. But not anymore. Such ruckus, speaking softer voices. Now hear me, as you saw, the town is in ruins and the castle is under strict guard. At a time like this, I cannot allow a suspicious pair such as you to meet the Queen. As the Queen's longest-serving lady at court, I must act in the interest of her royal safety, so... I'll do the old James Bond trick. And send you down here. Hear my words. If you two are indeed the true Mario Brothers, you must prove it by repairing the castle's plumbing, even though if you're able to completely fix it, then you may meet Queen Bean. Now then show me the work ethic of the superstar Mario Brothers. Even though I think they actually have retconned fucking Mario at some point, like around Mario Odyssey, to where he's not a plumber anymore. Or so I've heard. I'm not actually sure how that worked out, but... It's a little conspicuous doing that after there's so many games where, you know, it's a literal plot point having them working on the pipes and doing actual plumbing stuff. Being Casual Sewers Maintenance Manual Part 1. What the stoppers in areas that leak to plug any and all holes instead of, you know, actually trying to fix this with welding or what, or whatever else you need to do. Or you would be expected to do to, you know, actually fix plumbing or pipes. Also, let's try to kill whatever's in here so that we can, you know... Ooh. We can actually get stronger, so... We fought fighter flies in Stardust Field, apparently these are super flies, which is pretty fitting because I'm pretty sure that all the enemies in here are gonna be... fitting to the, you know, the background of this place, which is the old Mario Brothers arcade thing. And they're gonna be like the enemies from that, so shell creepers and fighter flies, and well, here are spinies. I guess these are regular spinies. They also exist in here. And they do appear to be harder than the Sharpies that we fought out in the field. Oh, totally blanked them. What we're supposed to do there. We should probably try to upgrade our health a little more after this. At least that attack is very easy to counter, you just need to do it quickly. I do wonder though, like, how much is left before we level up again. Got 66 points for Mario and 71 for Luigi. Boy. Might be a little bit. Just a little. Let us try to keep on murdering as many wild animals as we possibly can. Further our goals in that regard. Yeah, thankfully they're gonna keep doing that attack, it looks like, which is just the easiest thing to counter. Yeah, apparently we're getting quite a bit of experience from the enemies here too, so that's nice. Ooh. Jeez, and these things can, like, jump very high and just keep skittering around. Oh. But these are a lot easier to dodge and counter because their attacks are a lot more predictable, I think. We just gotta watch the speed at which they come towards you, and that's pretty much it. Just react accordingly. Just a little bit more and we should have another level on our hands. Oh. And if apparently we're not gonna be able to get a first strike on them anytime soon, not that it really matters. Oh shit, I totally blanked on that. Guess I still have Paper Mario on the mind. For whatever reason. There we go. And we're getting more speed and more stash. We should probably try to level up our HP, yeah. Gotta be in need of that. For Mario and for Luigi. Where it's really hard to get anything less than a 2 in the spin the wheel thing. So that come with like a free health refill? No, it did not, so let's actually... I'll pop that for Luigi at least. I guess Mario doesn't need it as badly. And apparently that one thing resulted in Spinies jumping down. Ooh. I forgot about that. I'm pretty sure you can skip that altogether if you want. Can we attack the Spinies in the back already? Yeah, we can. It's not like in Paper Mario where it's like the hammer thing is dependent on the placement of the enemies in like fucking the front row and the back row in Final Fantasy. Yeah, please continue to use that attack. That's the one that I can actually counter easily. That is something that I'm gonna be very okay with. And we also need to spin these valves with the spin jump, I'm pretty sure it tells you here. Rotate the valve wheel to cue the water flow in the pipes, so... pretty sure let's do that first, and then... you get these things popping out, but then the actual flow begins. And that's actually the correct course of action. Also, I don't really even know if I want to keep on fighting the Spinies here, just because the Spinies are that much harder to dodge and counter. I think I'm gonna at least kill this one and then just kind of continue on. Oh, there we go. Jeez. Oh. The other one's dead already, so hopefully this one should be pretty simple to deal with. Just a matter of not choking here. Let's try to grab this stuff first. Oh. Didn't think there was gonna be a guy up here already, but hopefully we'll be able to at least survive this and not have Mario get attacked repeatedly. Okay, but jeez. Never gonna be able to fucking counter that attack. Like, the timing for that is something that I guess I can't actually manage. There we go. And I guess it would be a matter of jumping this thing once, because these things are like the weak sauce ones. At least we're getting mushrooms out of that, so... and we're getting mushrooms just from the item blocks, so, you know. Ooh. Let's at least exterminate the fighter flies, and hopefully... or super flies, that's what these guys are called. The fighter flies were just like the regular low-grade ones in Stardust Fields, that's right. They're called things by their proper names, I guess. That is clearly of the utmost importance here. Okay, kill it with a counterattack. That's quite fitting. Only I'd been able to kill this guy with a counterattack too, but I suppose it was not to be this time. There we go. Okay, so we need to find a valve to activate this thing. I don't think it's a valve that we saw, like... no, maybe it is, but I think there's like two valves that we need to activate for this one actually, so... let's take care of this guy first. Oh no, this might be trouble. Hopefully not though. Let's see if we can survive. Hopefully we can survive. There, oh jeez. Right, that's the first time I've ever been able to counter that attack, I'm pretty sure. There we go. I think we're gonna be fine. I guess we're getting more experience out of this, if nothing else. And mushrooms. should really be using these mushrooms instead of just hoarding them, but... Well, if we need to kill more things here, which I'm pretty sure we do. Yeah. I don't remember what the deal is with this platform, but let's go ahead and use a mushroom now to, like, heal up Mario at least. Okay. 4, 3, 2... I guess we did it in the right order. Whatever that means. I guess there's a way to get that wrong. That's something that I find even more surprising, that notion, but... We do get tons of mushrooms, I actually forgot all about that. I actually can't even remember, like, how it was that how I got through this game in the past when I played this as a kid, because I don't think I used mushrooms all that often, off the top of my head. Maybe I did. Not only was I very reluctant to get into fights, I was also very reluctant to, yeah, that's all that accomplishes. I was also very reluctant to use items, so... It's honestly, at this point, a mystery to me how I was able to get through both Paper Mario and this game with those things in mind. My inability to play the game the way it's supposed to be played. Well, let's go ahead and pop this thing and see what that does. Then open both of these. And here comes somebody. Oh, thank the stars. You've saved me. I was gonna make a joke about Zelda CDA, but I actually can't remember what said after that line. It's like, fucking... Here's the traitor, your majesty, I think that was it. But oh well, you heroic souls. Could you be the Mario Brothers from the Mushroom Kingdom? What are the Mario Brothers doing in a place like this, even though she's supposed to be the one who sent us here? You claim that I dropped the pair of you down here and that I told you to fix the plumbing. Most perplexing. Why, we were attacked by Cacletta and her fiends and have been stuck here ever since. Perhaps the Lady Lima you encountered was... Nobody else in, wasn't that the guy that was dying next to her? There you go. Foolish Mario Brothers, you have completely empathetically fallen into my trap. Repairing the plumbing is the key to disabling the Beanstar security system, so... I guess if you don't want that to be disabled, you just have to deal with no plumbing in this place. It is a hurrying time. We must take that Beanstar and fastly run away from this place. So it seems. At long, long last, I have in my possession both the Beanstar and Peach's voice. That thing that can grant all desires, the Beanstar. Which we're only just now finding out about. We have always remained at this castle acting as guardians, protecting the Beanstar and keeping it out of evil hands. There's no doubt about it, Cacletta must be after the Beanstar. Oh no. Quickly now, you must go to the Beanstar, go. You must not let the Beanstar fall into the hands of evil. Do not dawdle. Even though we needed to talk about all this first. Now let's save again, even though apparently, even though this is a different save album, we do get... same legend for it, the same scribble. There's no doubt about it, Cacletta must be after the Beanstar, yeah. You're just gonna keep on saying that. I think this is where we go to get out of here, but... Let's see what's in here first. Just a bunch more mushrooms. Is Queen Bean safe? Oh, who knows. So frightened at the thought of Cacletta being in here that I refuse to leave can't make me, so... It's like a little bit like the people that end up being in the jails in Bowser's Castle in Paper Mario, but... Not quite. Well, since we have like fucking 43 mushrooms, let's go ahead and use one to also top off Luigi's health and let's check the BP. I don't know how, but apparently we're getting BP back without using any syrup, so I guess I'm gonna be accepting of that and not question it. And here we are. Oh, we're too late, the Beanstar. Has apparently been abducted somehow. Beanstar and Princess Peach's voice are already mine. Once we awaken the Beanstar with Princess Peach's voice, this world will be Cacletta's snack cake. Say, Mario boys, you haven't bothered to pay a visit to your host, Queen Bean. I thought you had better manners. Wouldn't you agree, Queen Bean? Who's right there. Whoa. Perhaps the three of you can sit down over tea to discuss the finer points of foreign policy, like... Did you know that... Apparently New York is about as far from certain harbors as Halifax. We should open a trade route. Alright. Well, yeah, here we go. I think we need to... I think if we try to jump on her, we're just gonna get hurt, so... Because we got the... She has a crown, so... Let's jump on her arms instead. Yeah, sure, that's the actual order of the day right now. I'm trying to create over the massive shockwaves she creates. I'll jump over. Pretty sure I mixed up my words in that sentence yet again. Oh shit. Yeah, I'm not actually sure how you counter that there. I guess we just have to... We have to do that like exactly as she swings the arm down. Okay, there we go. That's one arm dealt with. Yeah, I guess you do need to do that as she swings it down. You can't just... You need to be very fucking precise. I guess it's fitting for a boss fight, but still, it's like... What the fuck? Yeah. I vaguely remember there being like when I did this boss fight before. Trying to strategize so that we didn't actually end up disabling more than one arm at once, or only one arm at once, I mean. Also, yeah, if you actually jump on top of those beams, it spawns these fuckers, so you need to avoid them. As best you can, at least. Oh jeez, it just keeps going. Okay, now we can at least try to get some damage on her. That's the main objective here. Which, thankfully, does seem like it's picking up the damage ratings for a lot of these attacks. Oh, and we already got the advanced version, which is like a different version of the same move, I think. So let's keep on... Let's keep on using whatever move doesn't have the advanced version yet, I guess. Wasn't that one? It was the Luigi one. Maybe we'll get this one soon. Bounce Brothers Advance here. There's like a different input that we can do with this one. I actually don't know what it is. Maybe we could like spend a little extra to do that or not. Just try it like this and see what happens. Just keep doing this version, I guess. I know she's got her big buff arms back, however that works. Okay, so let's try jumping on one arm at a time so that she doesn't do the swinging attack. That's really hard to counter. Yeah, she does get a little bit closer, so it's a little harder to dodge that each time, but still. Well, I mean, that's still debatable, I would say. Oh no, okay, so she's gonna do it anyway, so it literally doesn't fucking matter. Oh jeez, okay, we need to heal. We could use a nut, hold on, how does that actually, 20 HP each? Let's use a mushroom instead. Because we have such a surplus of them. I'm trying to like release it when the sound cue starts up, but apparently that's not even good enough. Okay, so apparently trying to focus in one arm at a time is not even a good strategy because he's gonna do this shit regardless. Yeah. We need to do it before the sound cue, that's the thing. I want that to actually work. There we go. At least we get relief from that at the same time. Shit, I will. And she wants Mario dead right now, I guess. Oh shit, well we missed it, but I don't think it did that much of a difference. Let's try doing the advanced version of this. I don't remember what the actual difference is. Oh, we need to do a different thing at the beginning of that, not later. Just now that I know the how to at least initiate that, I can... try to act on that knowledge. So let's try this level 3. Apparently we need to start with Mario, not with Luigi this time. And there we go. I think I see how it's supposed to work. No shit. Timed that badly, but... oh no. Oh, that kills the beanies, so at least there is that. Alright, so let's try this again. Let's try this again and hope that we don't die. Let's concentrate all our efforts on the one arm this time, I guess. That seems to be the correct way to do this, I suppose. It's more than 20 for each arm, evidently. Oh shit, okay. Even though we triggered both jumps at the same time, that was apparently not good enough. She's gonna start attacking with the individual arm now. Oh, that time I did it ahead of time and it still wasn't good enough. That's curious. Let's jump with him and then have Mario heal him. Or Luigi heal him, I mean. Green Mario, right? Ah, jeez. I don't know how I managed to do it that one time. Apparently, that's not good enough anymore. Very easily die here, but... let's try not to let that happen. Right, so it's Mario first, then Luigi bounce, and then Mario at the end, I think, for the advanced move. To do it immediately. Oh, she was basically dead anyway. Oh yeah, there we go. Boss fight's starting to get a little trickier now. Oh, we can actually get a 4 bonus for attack now, and we do get a 4 bonus for attack. There we go. Attack and defense. See if Luigi can get the same or not. Again, alright. And he does. There you go. Gonna be able to kill things faster now. But oh no, Cleta has forced Queen Bean to eat a belly bletchworm. That's what turned her into this. Or blech, I don't know. However you're supposed to pronounce stuff like that. Our kingdom is doomed. How will we ever return Queen Bean to normal? What's that you say? The Mario Brothers will do something about it. Well, we don't even know if something can be done. What can you possibly mean? You speak of the impossible. There is no known way to spit out an ingested belly black. Except there is that one way, that last resort. It sure isn't pretty, though. She may be able to spit it up if she drank the legendary Chocolate syrup from Chucklehawk Woods. Except we don't actually know if that exists. We'll go to Chucklehawk Woods. We'll find a Chocolate Reserve. If you're going to make such bold proclamations, I suppose I have no choice but to rely on you. Is it like the wreck movies where you swallow a worm and you end up with demonic possession? Take this bean brooch and head southwest from the castle towards Chateau de Chocolhawk. If you find a Chocolate Reserve hidden deep in Chocolhawk Woods, our queen may yet recover. We think, as Luigi pokes her. So we just leave. I guess we gotta assume that she's not gonna wake up in the meantime. Take that bean brooch and head southwest from the castle towards Chateau de Chocolhawk. Or Chocolhawk, I guess. It's two different ways in which you're supposed to pronounce that combination of letters. Because it's two different languages, but if you find a Chocolate Reserve hidden deep in Chocolhawk Woods, your queen may yet recover. We don't have high expectations for you, but we'll be waiting nonetheless, so just thought you should know that. And that's how we end up on the other side of that door. Maybe back here too? No, this isn't open yet. But maybe now the town will be in better state after we've taken time to... Or maybe not, I guess, because it's still got this tragic, dramatic music. Lima has asked that you also take this along with you. Got a bean badge. Oh yeah, because we do have badges in this game, but we haven't actually been able to use any of them yet. If you equip it, you'll be a little stronger in battle. Different badges have different effects, so for now, if you get a badge, make sure you equip it. Press select to open your suitcase. Equip badges. Select this icon. And there you go. You got your gear and your badge. Select this icon. And there you go. This is where all the badges you have are shown. Normally you pick a badge. It's simple this time since you only have one right now. Press A and you'll equip the badge. There you go. It apparently gives us more stuff. Now you're all set. Good luck and be careful, but... Oh, sorry, Luigi, but if you want your own badge, you'll have to go buy one at the store. Yes, you're not worth it, so I'm gonna have to just drag you along like that. I mean, that's a feeling I can certainly relate to a lot of the time. And it's pretty fitting that I should say so on this platform. But let's save once again, and... It's sad that the bean star is hidden up in Bean Castle. Well, it looks like people here are still saying the same thing, even though... Oh, do we actually get to buy stuff now? The only ones who still worry about fashion despite the town's crisis are real celebrities. I have to set prices that won't discredit this place as a high-class boutique. Well, that means that it's overpriced. I can get blue jeans for Luigi. Thick jeans, perfect for dangerous work, which will apparently raise his defense and HP by quite a bit. Yeah, you know what? Sure, let's go ahead and get that because of the Luigi stash discount. And what about the bean pants? Raise defense to 29 to 39. When do we get the bean trousers for Mario? Yeah. And what about flashy badges? We got castle badge, P badge. Well, anything would be better for Luigi at this point. Let's get the P badge. Recommended for beginners. Well, we don't really have any other options, so yeah, there we go. We can raise Mario's power, but his BP would go down, so I guess we're gonna keep the other one that we have. Going shopping in the midst of a major crisis like this, you're so wonderful. One charger to look, not that there's much to see. Well, I mean, we literally just bought something, so I don't know what the deal is with that. And there we have it. At least shopping in this state doesn't require getting all kinds of hazard gear and masks and junk. Or at least as the versions of that are as good as you can get in an improvised state. But yeah, let us actually set out for the next place we need to go, which is the woods. I don't know if I'm gonna get through the woods, but I'd like to at least get through the... I probably will get through the woods, honestly. But I probably won't get much harder than that today. Because I do want to stop in a little bit. There we go. And we're gonna get a new ability anyways, but did we get any refill in our, well, in our BP I guess, but not in our health. Let's find more things to kill, like these guys. Let's see if we can bait this guy into coming down here and attacking me so I can actually... Oh, okay, that just happened. Oh, whatever, Parabini. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be the same as a Paragoombas in that... Yep, can't do shit about that. In that, yeah, as soon as you make them lose their wings, they just become regular versions of themselves, but they do have more health, I guess. We did just get a big boost to our attack. Or at least it feels that way. We should be a little bit extra fine now, as far as our chances for survival. And maybe even speed as well. And maybe even being able to one-shot enemies that we weren't able to just a few times back. We just probably focus our attacks on, or our efforts in stronger enemies so that we can get actual more experience, you know. So the Chucklehawk is to the left, Bean International is to the right. You know, we have to go to one of these places, so let's focus on that. Oh, for fuck's sake. Alright, so apparently trying to get a high jump on these fuckers will always result in that. That's very unfortunate. And of course they're gonna go after the guy who can't actually do anything to defend himself. That's a little too big brain AI, if you ask me. So we could check out what's to the east, but I don't think there's much of a reason for us to really do that. I mean... Well, here's a pipe. I forget about this. We can use this for fast travel between here and the only other place where we found a pipe so far, which is the Stardust Fields. There's actually another pipe we can find elsewhere in the field here, but it'll be a little while before we're able to get there. Actually get to it. There we go, I can take down these swarms right now. And the Sharpies without a lot of trouble. The airport is down here, but I don't think we can't actually get to the airport right now. We can like look around the field as much as we want, but actually being able to go places, that's a different matter. As we do have one place that we are supposed to be able to go to right now, oh jeez. That's actually a lot of damage for this point in the game. Yeah. Unfortunately, no, they don't even give you like that great of an experience payout compared to like other enemies, so I should probably just avoid the fucking study of Harhal Fashion Genius, but we still also gonna go there. Yeah, we could just keep going around here, but I'm sure we're just gonna be finding more and more things that we can't actually access, so let's not go that way right now. Let's go to the place we're actually supposed to go, which is to the left here. We can get right in here, but hold on, what's in the base here? Chateau de Chucklehawk, home of Chocola-Cola. And another fucking flying beanie that we don't actually want to deal with, so... There wasn't actually any reason for us to drop down there. It was all a trap. Here we are. Travel here is permitted only for select individuals in order to guard the Chucklehawk with psychology. We do have this. Bean Brooch, the mark of special guests of Bean Castle. Very well then, we shall permit you to enter these woods. We hope you will enjoy a taste of the incredibly full-flavored Chocola-Cola while you are here. Well, who knows if... I don't think that'll actually happen, but there you go. So yeah, let's try to not bother with the fucking beanies, but apparently we have no choice. There. Jesus. At least we managed to avoid damage from them in that form, which is ridiculous at this point. Guess we could also try to at least fight the Sharpies, but at this point it's whatever. I want to... I don't know, focus on enemies that would give me a little more XP, I guess, but here we are. It's the chateau place. I don't know why they call it a chateau, since I'm pretty sure the word chateau in French actually means castle. It's a poetic thing, it's not actually supposed to be taken literally. Well, here we are. Brewing Chocola-Cola Step 1. The main ingredient of Chocola-Cola is chocola fruit, which grows only in Chucklehawk woods. Step 2. Place one chocolate fruit in a barrel that's been filled to the brim with savory syrup. Step 3. Tell funny jokes to the fruit until it laughs, releasing soda bubbles deep within the brew. Which makes a lot of sense. And then Step 4. Bear in mind that the quality of both the fruit and the jokes will affect the brewing process, but there's nothing else to be said there. Also, mother of Chocola-Cola, first generation chateau owner Bubbles. Someone who will surely not have any further role in this, but... Actually, this might be a good time for us to deal. recall what's actually coming up here. Let's get through this weird kind of barrel maze where we have to figure out where we can and can't step. I remember this being kind of complicated when I first played the game, but I mean, it's kind of like that part in fucking, what is it, Link to the Past, where you have to do something like this. We could go that way or we could go this way. There's any way to go either. Okay, now we can go back here. There we go. And finally we come out the other end, but Luigi's gone. Instead it's this guy. Who just keeps on going. But apparently we just ignore that because Luigi's just apparently 2 steps behind us. I managed to find his way down here anyway. Let's not fall down back into the maze. Let's keep going here because waiting for us on the other end. Oh, Bull Blast Criminy. The famous Shadow Thief Popple has been caught in full sight. Cripes, you think you're ready, do you? Well, nobody's more ready than me, see. I'll show you. I guess he's supposed to have like a Jersey accent or something. Shake a leg, at least in the translation. And here's Rookie. It's your turn, see? I want you to squash those red and green drips there. Red and green. I feel like I know these two from somewhere. Weird. What, Rookie, are you saying you're acquainted with these two Palookas? I can't imagine who else would say the word Palooka. Can't imagine who would. Something about them feels real familiar. It makes me feel real mad. Quit your babbling, you apparently. You 2 ugly mugs came here for the same reason as us. You want the fabled Chocola Reserve. Do I say, you really think you can beat me to the punch? Well, open up those ears, punks. I, Popple Shadow Thief, filcher of the world's riches, bet you that I get the Chocola Reserve first. That's how we get to it. I get this unique kind of boss theme. And the tell for who Popple's gonna attack him, but sure is determined by the face he makes. Should we attack Popple or Rookie first? I think we're gonna... Why don't we attack Rookie first? Actually, I think he hits harder. That's a very hallmarky kind of attack. I think he... I don't remember if he... No, wait, I'm trying to... Okay. That's how we get that out of that. Okay, let's see if we can actually pull off this attack the advanced way at least once. Oh, it's B then A in the second. I did not remember that at all. How dare you guys try to mess with the Great Popple, but it's actually gonna be quite a good attack for this fight, because you know it's a dual encounter. There we go. And I think you can actually steal your stuff, because you know he's a thief and all that. Does make a lot of sense, doesn't it? Yeah. The timing on this is really weird, but there we go. I'll just do it once. Let's try this again. Okay, so it's A, then B, then A, I think. There we go. Well, we got one of them. I still don't know what his Mario face would look like yet, just because he hasn't made it yet. Maybe he doesn't make a face for Mario. What's up? For some reason, fighting these guys makes my gut flare up something fierce, and now we can breathe fire, as you might expect. Oh, that was spicy. Just keep at it, see? But not sure enough he's gonna spam that a little more, at least. Oh, I missed at the end there, though. Okay, yeah, I guess he doesn't make a face for Mario. And, oh boy, I got heartburn, so that takes care of him, but... Mario's Rookie. I don't remember if I ordinarily beat him first or Popple first, but I guess we're doing it this way now. Well, let's see, if there's only one opponent, how does this work then? Oh, we just get 2 hits off of him. Yep. Oh. Well, see, I'll remember this, how he actually runs away if we leave him for last. I guess that counts as a victory for us. Level up. upgrade our defense? Shall we upgrade our defense further, or I guess we're gonna go for the, oh for fuck's sake, HP, but then get screwed over. Heck. You bloated idiot, who took you in when you were dazed and lost in the mountain, you worthless vermin. Don't care, see, we're fine as long as we get the Chakala reserve. Let's not mess with these two knuckleheads. We'll scram and hurry on ahead, yeah. And apparently they do, but we don't care. Well, let's save again, I guess, now that we've accomplished that. That victory. Chateau de Chucklehawk Cellars. I pretty much have to train myself just to be able to distinguish the two different sounds that you need to make for the ch, depending on the word. But we can't actually leave this place yet, I don't think, because here are the woods. But if we try to go into the woods... Well, we actually can, or at least the screen, but I'm pretty sure that if we try to go much farther, well, first of all, there's those things, the things that pop out of the freaking trees, and apparently we can only pest nut. See, I'm just cheesing it by just jumping with both of them. I guess that's good enough, though. And apparently the pest nuts have beanies inside. And of course we just focus on breaking the pest nuts themselves first, because I'm pretty sure that's gonna be, we're gonna have like more attack power in that form. Just like the other, you know, the other variations of the beanies that we've just been fighting out there. And at least we get some more experience out of that. I hope it didn't level up from, or at least Luigi didn't level up from that last fight. Can we please get some extra HP? I would really like to have that now. Turns out extra HP is a good thing, but we can keep going this way. Oh shit, I didn't see that thing coming at all. Ooh. Ooh. Well, that time I couldn't avoid. But apparently the damage isn't actually that different, so there's that at least. There we go. Well, they do approach a lot slower than a lot of the other enemies that we have to deal with that way, so I guess I'm fine with that. Yep. Let's see, here's the map. I can actually look at it. Region map. It shows your current location and the location of save albums. If you lose track of where you are, just check the map and yeah, look at that, you got an actual dungeon map. But apparently there's a pipe up to the north, but we need to keep going west to actually make progress here, but I'm pretty sure we'll not actually be able to do that for terribly long if we just keep going in the same direction, as we'll find out. Syrup. Chucklehawk Woods is pipe number 5. But if we go this way, we quickly run into this gate that we cannot get past, so we need to go back, because there's something that we need to learn in order to actually be able to make progress there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure some of these things are specifically gonna come alive, because they're like the cells in cell animation, where they stand out from the background enough that you can tell that they're gonna move. It's a lot more subtle here than you'll see most of the time though, but yeah, if we come back in here we can also find a bunch of rooms back here that I don't think we can actually access yet, because I'm avoiding the thing that I'm supposed to find here on purpose, because I am facetious, but... Here is the mouse's living room. Take care not to bump your head on the low entryway. And steel flooring. It is so hard you cannot go through it. And the mole's living room. Tunnel beneath fences. Try not to get your clothes dirty. So, bit of a look at what we're going to be doing in a second here. But in order to do that, we need to look at this spacious barrel over here, and here we are. 2 more caricatures of Mario and Luigi that we meet. Have I been saved? Rescued moi. C'est alors. I am the maître of the chateau, Coq, that is me. I guess that's how you're supposed to read that. Moi, I am the petit brother of Coq. My name is Casque. You're stuffed into these barrels by two Travisar character. You know that Trey is supposed to have a grave accent, right? But we were the ones who saved us. Who saved us? To get straight to the point, see to who attacked us are after the Shikola reserve that lies deep in these woods. If you do are after the Shikola reserve as well. The problem is whether or not that legendary soda even truly exists. I even see two of us have never seen or drunk that famed drink, the Shikola reserve. Behind Chucklehog Woods is a sanctuary no one can touch. I don't know if touch is even an actual conjugatable verb with vous in French, but getting there is not easy. What qua? Well, we can jump. Of course, can stomp on enemies. I know that stomp isn't. Hammer rocks to little beats to make paths. Perhaps Wu could get through the woods, but not with these moves alone. Perhaps with that wonderful hammer. Très bien, mon frère. That's two words that are supposed to have grave accents that don't have them. Indeed, little old man was thinking the exact same thing. Pardon moi. So we follow them over there after taking care of this, of course. Well, that's not gonna have the same effect for much longer. Well, here we are. After having a tete-a-tete, which is supposed to have... what the fuck are those called? Those cruci form accents or whatever they're called. Monfrey, grave accent, just a moment ago we have decided to thank Wu for helping us. We have decided to teach you two hammer techniques. These are the techniques that have been perfected and refined and passed down here at the chateau. If you master these, they should help you in your bon voyage in the woods. Well, oh yeah, we need to do that, of course. First, Monsieur Green, give me your hammer. Oh yeah, I see, with this hammer. First, press the L button to choose your hammer in the back. And press the B button to swing. Et voila, that is the secret hammer technique. Swing the hammer high and watch it plunge down with the joie de vivre of the woods. Well, anyone hit with such a technique will become micro-sized. Oui, très petit. Anyone this size would feel like a mouse. He could go into tiny holes for micro-adventures. To return to normal, just swing the hammer again in a super vrac d'amour. Well, and there you go, try it. And there you have it. Incroyable. To think you could produce the joie de vivre of the woods on the first shot. Oh, perhaps you should try to put him back to normal, and sure enough, now that works. Magnifique, vous could be a genius. You keep saying vous and not tu. They're being very formal when they're not talking about it in plural. Once you're ready, give me your hammer this time. This time, press start to switch positions, and press the L button to select your hammer. And press the B button to swing. This is the ultimate hammer technique, Traviano. Crashing down on a gust of wind with the power of the earth. Whoever is struck by this hammer will be completely buried and hidden in the earth. Of course, in this state, moving with the control pad is possible. One feels much like a mole, while Wu can even sneak under fences for micro-adventure. And back above ground, just press the A button. So there you go. Ah bon, the power of the earth crashes down in a burst of wind. That was perfect. Just press the A button to pop out of the ground again. There you go. Fantastic. Now it is time to put these new hammer techniques to the test. Use the techniques you learned to get the two color goblets in the room next door. Arthur must have been Kingdom's greatest treasures. The sparkling glass is brilliant. It is the perfect reward for you to have gained these techniques, so procure the two goblets. Even though... what, do we actually get to keep them? I don't think we do. But here we need to actually go get these now. As we come in here and just grab it. Got the red goblet. It really sparkles in your eyes. It's a demonstration of how these techniques work. Go under the fences now, which doesn't really make sense, as you would think that the fence would be at least a little bit below ground, but... please do not hit anything on the wall. Well, let's proceed to actually do so at once. We can actually make those fences. See, they burrow deeper into the earth, so we would think that they would at least partway into the earth when we're somehow tunneling under them. And now we can actually Get this, the green goblet. Its brilliance glitters in your eyes. Not sure why they put a steel floor there, but there's probably a reason. Stop you from like sequence breaking somehow. You got the red goblet and the green goblet. Monsieur, you are amazing. Incroyable, even though. Presumably they were the ones who were keeping them there to begin with when they could have gotten them at any point. There is nothing left for us to teach you. I've mastered the hammer techniques perfectly. You may enter Chucklehog Woods in search of the famous Cola Chocola Reserve. I don't know where they're gonna go off to now, but... I guess they just assume that, yeah, we're fine now. There's also something you can do, I guess, probably. Demonstrate it a little bit. I'm pretty sure, yeah, if you turn Mario into the miniature version with that move, you can then try to do the high jump, but it doesn't really happen. But if you do the so and then jump with Mario, you can do that, but I think that actually hurts Luigi, but you do get money out of that. Probably not a great idea to do it right now, just because we do have to get through this area, but it's something to bear in mind. I'm sure you can use that to grind money. And now we can actually get through these woods, this dungeon. Okay. Boy, already we got a new save album. Let's break a few rocks here and then find out what we can. And there's actually something that you might not notice immediately, but you can go left of here to find some more stuff. Refreshing herb. One-up mushroom and another one of these turtles that's to the left of the save block in the woods. I guess I should probably make a note of that too. Hold on. I think we might actually need to go past that thing at some point though, so maybe not. Oh well, whatever. Guess I can do so while this save animation is occurring. Alright. Why don't we go ahead and find out what we need to do in this room. Did that, didn't need to do that yet. Let's get some items, but I guess we only needed to do the other one so that we could unlock the next thing here. And then there's this. Poems of Love, Volume 1 by Bubbles, original owner of Chateau de Chucklehog. An empty barrel so like the heart of a man tunneled from below. Here you can, pretty sure you can just break the barrel, but then that doesn't accomplish anything. And if you stand in this tile, you just get completely fired, so you have to leave and come back so that you can tunnel from below onto the barrel, and now you can stand on this thing. And apparently that serves as some kind of rebound for the fireball, which makes a lot of sense. Now you can break the barrel. And find another type of enemy that's in the forest here, these tribal shy guys. Ooh. Okay, I'm not quite sure if there's a tell for whether they're gonna charge or they're gonna try to swing their spear, but what are they actually called? Hold on. Maybe it depends on who they're attacking. Chug guys, that's what they're called. Boy. You know what, I'm not opposed to that name, but I can think of a few people who would be. I probably don't want to meet those people. Can I not attack this thing? No, apparently it's not. It's just kind of wonkily ignoring the boundaries there and interacting with them somehow or another. Yeah. Well, I tried. Oh, it's a gold beanie. What the fuck? Is that gonna be like the Amazing Daisies? Yeah, in fucking Paper Mario. I forgot about that altogether, actually. Maybe we would need to come back here later with, like, better stats so we can actually attempt to kill one of those things. Okay, so we can come up here. We can also hang out down here where the other guy was that we killed. Let's see what's over here first, I guess. We can also, now that we've gained the ability to tunnel underground, we can actually see what these things are about, these holes in the ground, but I'm pretty sure that we learn about them later anyway, but... I might as well show it off now. And try to keep track of this. Luigi turns down here and then comes up, we can, whenever you see one of these weird markings on the ground, we can get chuckle beans, so there's two. And I do have a thing that I have to, like, try and keep track of where all the bean holes are in the game, so... Let me see if I can actually get to that here, Oku Mountains. Woods, come on, beat me outskirts. That's what we're after here, Chucklehook Woods. I don't know where... Chateau de Chucklehook, okay. Could get some in Chateau de Chucklehook too, I'm pretty sure, but we want Chucklehook Woods right now. Woods, here we go. 25 chuckle beans, and there's also some that are hidden, but I'm pretty sure if we know where to look, we can also find the hidden ones, so let's see. Hold on a second, actually. Let me see if I can identify whichever ones these are. And also take a drink there. Boulder blocking path to the north, or book number 5, hold on. Identify these on the wiki, which is where I copied this whole list from. Chateau, Chucklehook Woods, okay, so what does this actually look like? There's some blocks. I think it's this one, back into the main path, another path going east, work. From Boulder east into a small area with 2 bean holes. In the same area, the second bean hole is to the northeast, right back into the main path. The second bean hole is to the northeast. Alright, so I just erase these two from my copied list here. I guess that's how I'm gonna handle this for now. Reference it on the wiki, which has actual images. Alright. Oh gee. So I do have a couple of choices here. We did find out what's to the east of here, which is just like a little sequester chamber. If we go left, and I imagine we have to go into the cave there for a reason, but let's see. Palms of Love. Tub Barrelman, I spy new lands and visions. Green Bee Barrelman. L picks up the barrel icon, B climbs up on top. Well, here's another one. Oh boy. Let's clear out this area of monsters, I guess, and then we can... Oh boy. Yeah, I see that, like, always Mario that gets attacked and always Luigi that gets charged. No, I honestly have no idea how they determine... How to determine which attack they're gonna use based on... Is it based on the direction that they spin that? Because that's actually really hard to, like, figure it out, because if it's clockwise, apparently they're gonna charge. And if it's counterclockwise, they're gonna stab or swing. I'm just taking wild guesses here, because I honestly have no idea. But let's actually go ahead and grab this right now. Okay, Chuckle Bean. Let's try and figure out which one that was. This. Working our way back to the second path. Steps into the next area. Out all the way until we see a bean. I'm pretty sure this is it, so... Working the way back, etc, etc. Let me erase that from my... my list here so that I can not worry about that anymore. There we go. And keep going. So I guess we have to come here actually to keep going, which leads me to question what the deal is with the cave that we can enter back here. Oh, literally can't actually do anything there. From this direction, so... Let's see if we can get in the barrel here. Pretty sure we need to actually make it to the next screen over. If we can line ourselves up, because we do need to like be lined up at in a certain way to be able to do that. And you can listen to that sound effect for getting on the barrel. It's like jump, hammer, and then that. And the same deal for getting off the thing. So let's just keep going, I guess. I'm pretty sure that we get a bit of a split path here, but once we deal with the two other sub-paths that we need to explore here, we actually are going to be able to get to the end of the area. But right now, if we try to keep going this way, we find this thing. I am Chuckleroot, protector of woods. I can do this. Ahead is great tree mother Chocolola. Only some may pass, some who find all three kinds of chocola fruits. White chocola fruit, red chocola fruit, and purple chocola fruit. Find three types of chocola fruit here, then I let you pass. I will let you go this way so that you can try and figure out which path to take, so... Try to take the left path first, let's see. I don't know, it might be a little easier to take the right path first, actually. I think we're gonna do that. Seems like it's a little more self-contained based on the map there. Where will this lead? And will we find more of those, more of these bean holes? Yeah, we will. Oh jeez, there's a lot of fucking pest nuts here. And that we're very, very bad at, actually being able to strike with precision. And they all want to destroy Luigi for some reason. Yeah. Yeah. And there's a golden beanie, but it just runs away immediately. Because that was like the turn reset, I guess, or its speed is too high. I'm pretty sure that when like an enemy switches forms like that, like a power beanie loses its wings and becomes a regular beanie, then... Or do you break up on a pest nut and the beanie pops out, then I'm pretty sure that resets the like speed counter for determining the turn, whether it's you or the enemy. It seems to be the case based on what I've seen here. Oh shit. Well, let's destroy this guy. I think it's gonna be a little more Ooh, okay. Okay, I'm paying attention, and it looks like all of them are gonna charge. No, that guy also spun it clockwise, and he didn't charge, so I don't know what the deal is with the counter or the tail still. I still have not been able to figure that out. I guess we just... Oh, shit, really? I forgot they did that. Well, let's demolish this man's first, and also the guy who summoned the other fucker, because that's not a very good move. Oh, for fuck's sake, and apparently it's gotta keep happening, though. I don't know what we can do about it. Based on the distance, I'm not quite sure. Oh, and he's knocked down, so... How dare you summon more? I don't know what the fuck to tell is, honestly. I'm gonna have to, like, look it up, I think. Based on the distance... I said that already, didn't I? It's like... I have to figure out if it's based on the distance between... Oh... I think it might be, kind of, actually. Between the... whoever they're targeting and where they're standing. That's what I could tell, but it's a very subtle tell. It's a little too subtle for my taste, I can tell you that much. Let's get some speed bonus. Apparently the time is ripe for that. And let's also heal, because we need to. Luigi. What's up here? It's more of these holes, or at least some of them are. Yeah, plenty of holes with chocolate beans in here. I think this is one of the areas that has the most of these holes anyway. So 4 holes. It should be pretty easy to figure out where this is on the little reference page that I have. Hold on. I see in the same area. The second bean hole is found east remote boulder, northeast into the next area. Alright, hold on. Chocolate area east, bean hole in the center of the area. Okay, so let's just grab that one because I'm pretty sure that counts as part of this little compendium that I found here. Let's see here. Chocolate root in the same area, also in the same area. The fourth is found underneath the westernmost boulder. Okay, so last one is the one that starts with also in the same area. Okay. So let's find out what's this way, shall we? Poems of Love, Volume 3. Into our distant, pressing start, but ones will do, souls will reunite. That means that you need to do things remotely, but pretty sure everybody knew that you need to do this, but, you know. Can actually press start to switch control between the two brothers, even when they're not right next to each other. And there's yet another hole. Well, maybe we need to reunite here, actually. Looks like the thing to do to get Luigi past the next gates. And also get him to collect this beanhole. And there's one of the fruits, so there we go, that's the end of one of the puzzles, I think. I think this is the correct way to do it, actually, I think I screwed up. So we need to get these two together so that, yeah. Not gonna be able to get there in time, but it was a noble effort, I almost got it. So we do need to make sure they don't get separated, actually. There should be plenty of time now that we know what to do here. There we go. I'm gonna watch a color food, which is a very stern face once we actually pick it up, even though it's kind of laughing before that, but did grab another one of those bean holes, so let's register that here. I think there's another hidden one according to this thing. Hold on a second. Oh yeah, there's another one here that I didn't even see. That's not hidden though, that's just visible. I'm just dumb for missing it, but apparently there is an actual hidden one, and I think there's any kind of clue for this yet, but there is a way to tell when there's hidden bean holes in certain areas. And apparently there is one here, hold on. That being that when you are Mini Mario, you should be able to hold on a second, what? Can't actually use the tail for this one. How the fuck are you supposed to know it's there then? Apparently if you're somehow supposed to know that that's there, yeah. Because here's the thing, if Mini Mario was able to get over there, he would get like a little exclamation mark over his head telling him like, yeah, there's something there, but apparently you can't even get there with Mini Mario, so I don't really know how the fuck you're supposed to know that that particular bean is there, but there you go. Hold on a second, let me erase these three now. Outside, hidden. This. Okay. me see. We already went up here, yeah, we found all this stuff already. And we found one of the fruits, so I guess we're technically done with this part of the map here. Save and continue the game. There's nothing that can go wrong. Luigi leveled up but not Mario. Somehow that's a bit unusual, it's usually the other way around. We have been collecting XP at the same rate, so that's even more unusual. Oh, and now he's the one who's gonna attack first. I think he... well, never mind, I thought that was enough distance to indicate that he was gonna be charging, but I guess not. I don't know how the fuck you're supposed to tell when they're gonna charge or not. Oh, Christ, and of course this guy gets a turn. And how dare this guy summon anything? That's not kosher at all. I guess there's no actual tell, and that's about the only thing I can infer at this point, that there's no actual tell, but like you need to jump at around the same time to dodge both attacks, so it's not, doesn't really make a difference. It's really stupid though. We'll get a health bonus, we sure can get a health bonus unless we get screwed over, which kind of did. Could have gotten twice that much. And of course you threw the spear and made it. No, apparently the timing is different. Is it based on their placement on the... no, I don't think it is based on their placement on the field either. Wouldn't make sense. So I'm gonna have to go look into this. Oh, thank fuck that didn't work. You wasted your turn and now you're gonna die. Get a refreshing herb even though. I don't even know if it can get poisoned or anything like that here. I guess it would make sense because we're getting those items, but... doesn't seem to be anything more here, but well, apparently we didn't... that didn't count as a jump, which is good because I'm pretty sure we would have gotten hurt if that had been a jump. And yet another golden one. Well, we do get to at least attack it, and we do kill it. Well, got a spike badge for that, I guess, and a bunch of wool beans. I didn't think we were going to be able to do that at all during our first visit to this place, but I don't know how that counted as a back attack, but I guess we're forced to assume that it did. Alright, there we are. I guess there's not really much of a reason for us to stay here anyway in this screen. Doesn't seem to be anything left here, really. Well, there's risk, but we'll figure that out later, I guess. Oh, but here we go. This is the actual tutorial for getting the bean holes, but we already know about that, so we've been getting those. I am the granddaughter of the great Chuckleroot. This is my room, and may I say, how dare you enter a woman's room uninvited? Well, since you're here, I'll share my secret with you. That's natural progression, of course. Have you noticed the spots on the ground that look like this? These are spots where beans lie buried in the ground. If the green one digs beneath the earth, the beans will pop out of their spot on the ground. There's a total of 5 beans hidden here. Find all 5 and I will open the door up ahead. I'm sure. I mean, these probably count as well for the total of bean holes. And there it is. Found all 5, you have done very well. If you find marks like these on the ground, dig immediately. Also, good night. I'm just gonna go there even though guess there's a tree I'm able to burrow under the ground. And here's a wiggler. I guess we're forced to interact with it immediately upon seeing it like this. Just bully it at once. So let's see. Not sure what the purpose of this... Oh no, there's a bean hole here, I see it now. It's a little hidden from view, but... not completely so. Alright, let's see if we have full health, because as you might imagine, it's gonna be an actual boss fight there. I think we're gonna be fine. What could possibly go wrong? How many mushrooms do we have actually? Do we have like more than 50? No, we're hovering around 40 now. Honestly thought that maybe we'd had a few more now, but guess not. Guess we're starting to get a few super mushrooms as well though. But let me just mark the rest of these as well. Required, yeah. Required, there's 5 coal required and then going south. Also, hold on a second, apparently. Well, thank goodness that I looked at the thing, because apparently now, if you look around here with Mini Mario, you can actually see the thing that indicates that if we dig here, there's gonna be something buried here, somewhere. Somewhere or another. To find the exact spot. There we go, Choco Bean. Apparently just a hidden thing. Apparently 2 patches of grass that are touching like that in perfectly vertical formation indicate a hidden bean or something. Seems like a very arbitrary thing to be looking out for, but there we go, we got another series of hidden beans to add to our thing. And yeah, there's the wiggler. And sure enough, we have to actually deal with this thing to actually be able to continue, so... Pretty sure the first thing we do is just try to make it not be enraged. Which is really difficult to dodge, apparently. Hold on, let me go ahead and use an item first. It looks like it attacks basically every turn, not even like... Or not, maybe. Or it attacks every time it's attacked, it just retaliates, or not, never mind. I'm pretty sure that if we do that for all of its segments, then it still attacks, but it doesn't do as much damage, but now it's our chance to... Oh, Knockback Brothers, we got a new... Hammer Bros attack, I forgot about that. We haven't been using this at all, because we haven't needed to yet. Out. At least we managed to get some decent damage in. And jump over that shockwave, which had a lot different timing than I thought it would. Oh, we just turned it back. That's a problem with the fucking... Trying to jump on the wiggler here, that you can change up on the segments and turn them yellow, but you can also turn them back. So it's a bit of a double-edged thing, being able to do that. And if you jump on the head, I'm pretty sure that he gets angry anyway, and it doesn't matter. So it's very, very futile in the end. I almost said very, very arbitrary for like the 3rd stream in a row. But I totally avoided it, so... There's literally no reason for me to expunge on that, or expand on that. The thing moves always way faster than I think it's going to. But there we go. Let's try to actually get the timing right on this attack now. There we go. Oh, it doesn't have a lot of health anyway, and we do plenty of damage there. So this isn't an actual area boss or anything, it's just there. And now we get the red chocolate fruit. We still need the purple fruit though, which... because we haven't found the right path to discover yet. Maybe we need to like retreat a little bit or something. Or just go take the other path down here. I think that makes more sense. Oh boy, more of these tribal guys. Well, there's tribal guys in a forest, but... yeah. Well, can't do anything. Well, that guy needs to die next. How dare he do that? And same goes for that guy. For fuck's sake. It's gonna keep happening, isn't it? And yet I feel a very, very strong sense of being compelled to murder always the ones that do that. And only the ones that do that. Oh, for fuck's sake. I remain unconvinced that there is any kind of difference in details here. Guess I could look into it briefly. At least we get plenty of experience out of that and we actually end up leveling up. Right, so... could use a little more defense, a little more stash, I don't know. I could use more defense, I guess. We didn't get to 4, that's unfortunate. Luigi could use more defense too, I guess, or more health. Either or. Or more power even, or more speed. Probably more speed. Only we can get a 4, but we can also get a 1, so we get paranoid. Let's get a more HP. There we go, go to 4. I want to hold on a second. If we get the first turn here, which I don't know if we do, we do not. Alright. No, you can't wait until the animation starts to react. That's too late to do it preemptively. So hold on a second. We didn't even get the first turn there, but I will take this opportunity to come up here and... wait, hold on. And try to figure out what the fuck you're supposed to do to dodge these things. Let's see. Did not use ability, blah blah blah. Stabbing, blah blah blah. Well, this doesn't tell me what the tell is for the attack. Either charging or by stabbing. Apparently they'll hop before attacking if they're gonna charge. I don't think I've seen that at all. Like that's supposed to be the tell. I have not seen any of that at all. Let's see if we can observe that right now. Okay, he hopped that time, so he's gonna charge. And yeah, he doesn't even make a sound when he does that though. I guess that's the actual tell. That doesn't even have a sound effect or anything. Okay, so this time he's gonna stab because it didn't hop. Oh jeez, that's like... I'm supposed to notice that. I will definitely say that this time. It's not often that I actually straight up say something like that, but this time I believe it definitely warrants it. How the fuck are you supposed to notice that? There's not even a sound that they make when that happens. Well, there's a purple Chocola cave. And the syrup. And the mushroom. Let's see. Pretty sure this is where we need to... yeah, it says purple Chocola cave, so it's pretty obvious that is where we need to go to find the next fruit, but... So clean house for the items and the money that we can get in here as well. I swear, in all the fucking times that I played this game, I am positive that I've never figured out how the fuck those things have the tail for their attack. Because it's really not intuitive, but whatever, I'm gonna stop talking about that now, I guess. Also, I don't think we got the tutorial for how to use these things, but you just like hold the direction and then alternate between using the buttons. And there's a fruit. It's just like it jiggles around when it's laughing, and then it just has a stern face, which it keeps when we actually pick it up. Oh, there we go. So we get back over here and are able to make our way back to where the end of the dungeon is. It's just a couple screens over. We are now both level 13, I think. So probably in a pretty good state to try to take on the boss. Let's see here. Might as well heal. And here we go. You found all 3 Chocola fruit types. I am amazed. Very well, you pass. Very well, go. And just like that, but also these 2 are here. Oh yes, the path is open. We were stuck and couldn't get past here, see? Getting here and waiting for a couple of smokes was brilliant. Right, let's not waste any more time. We're golden, see? And they just go on ahead, but as it happens, that doesn't really make a difference, so we can get even more items from the blocks back here, but we might need those, but who knows. One-up mushroom, phoenix down, and also well, there's a mother tree, I guess. It doesn't actually do anything, it's just like something that you can go inside of. So here we are. What do idiots drink? Soda. What do sodas call their dads? Pop. Oh, that's a very dad joke. Not really a funny one. His favorite soda, granola cola. That's not even a joke, that's just like a failed attempt at rhyming. My name is Bubbles, and once again, this is one of those things that leads me to question what the original script for this looked like. I built Chateau the Chucklehuck and I found the Chocola Cola ink. And I am the ultimate comedian with the laughing and the chortling and the har har har. So I claim. That's extremely questionable, yes, messieurs. What you see before you is the most legendary of sodas, the Chocola Reserve. And I am pleased to tell you this Chocola Reserve is yours to enjoy. There's no catch or anything. I've worked on Chocola Reserve for 1,000 years. Telling it joke after joke so it would mature and then mature some more and then yet more, until at last the greatest soda of all would be completed with the fizz and the tastiness. Because it is a soda of such high caliber and repute, rude guests meet a fate such as this. 1, 2, 3. And that sound effect. Can those 2 manage to get captured? But how did that happen? That's no ordinary soda, see? We can't stand up to such a beverage. Great Chocola Reserve is a thing to savor with the flavor and the tang and the yum in the belly. So it would seem. It's wonderful, so wonderful, the great soda shines. I do get the feeling this might be an anime joke that I never actually understood and continue not to understand. That was not the only hidden soda power that my jokes have bred over this 1,000 years. I insist you fully experience the texture, taste, and aroma of the Chocola Reserve, which isn't even the actual name of this boss here, but at least it does have pretty easy things to its attacks that you have to counter with a hammer are easy for once. Now it's a chocolator. I'm pretty sure we can't actually harm it very easily yet. We need to actually break the shield, which I'm pretty sure we should be able to without too much trouble. I do have a very vague recollection of the first thing you need to do in this fight is just keep hammering the shield until it just breaks. There you go. Ooh. And then I think we can start doing more regular attacks, like... Let's see, we can try the bros attack here, that's... Chopper bros, don't Luigi an attack. I think we need to like do some little button spam in this one. We only have one, yeah, we only have one target, so let's... Ooh, okay, I guess I did that too late or too early, I don't even know, but we got a good amount of damage at least. Oh, and I did that on time even though it feels like I did it too early. And for this attack I can just check like the direction of the arm. Oh no, that's too close. Okay, let's try this one more time and see if we can actually get it right this time, because I'm pretty sure I messed it up that time. Nope. Does it really have that tight of a timing there? I'm pretty sure that I'm not doing it right, but... I really want to actually be able to do that right. Oh jeez. And also be able to dodge these attacks, but apparently that is not to be. There we go, that's how it's supposed to look. Apparently the timing for that is a lot tighter than I remember. And that's pretty much all we do here. Just continue to attack normally and try to not die until we get somewhere. It does 3 attacks per turn that it gets. And I'm pretty sure when it turns into this shape it just means that it's almost dead. And I think it's gonna attack slightly differently now. And, oh yeah, this fucker comes in here and tries to heal it. The drawers wear drawers? Well no, they don't. They're drawers. How would they wear drawers anyway? It's like, that's stupid jokes, like if a snake were to hold a knife, would it do it like this or like this? Or if a dog wore pants, would it wear them like this or like this? Except it's even worse because it doesn't even give you any kind of actual reference for how that joke would make any sense. Nope, it's already dead, so it only got to heal it once. So that went smoothly enough. So what else shall we improve upon? Speed more? Stash, maybe? Yeah, we can get like even a 5 now, I think. If I saw that correctly. I guess Stash is gonna be a good stat to improve too. But the jokes, the puns, the humor I've saved up over the last 1,000 years. Au revoir. Well, managed to see the defeat of his soda, but he also managed to just bust through the floor of his sanctuary there. And yeah, we can't switch to Mario, we have to. Who apparently fell in the barrel. We need to do things as Luigi for a little bit here. Probably try to avoid a confrontation, but I think we'll go back to the castle and see the next plot thing that says where we have to go next, and then I'll probably call it for the time being. I think there's something else that I want to defer to at this point anyway. Well, hopefully I get more than just a single thing before that happens. So I would like to raid, but it's not really within my power to decide. Oh shit. And yeah, I don't really want to fight any of these guys just because I don't want Luigi to get loads by himself right now. Guess I shouldn't really bother to break too many of these rocks either. And look, it's your only chance to get this mushroom, I'm pretty sure. So a guy behind the foreground there, so let's do it before he has a chance to do anything. And get a little bit of money out of that at least. And here's the barrel. Guess we go along with it. Down the river. Until it carries us right along to the castle and then it just breaks. How convenient, because this is exactly where we needed to go. Look at this, a very Mario-esque fellow and I'll do some other guy. What? What is it? Mario's got his filled to the brim with Chocola Reserve. It's sloshing around his insides. Gross. Oh, that's terrible and sort of disgusting. You must contact Lady Lima immediately. By the way, what's Chocola Reserve? Oh, I guess they wouldn't know. I mean, that makes more sense. Apparently the Queen Hulk's just been sleeping the entire time. Queen Bean has been in a deep sleep just as you see her now. Need you to reobtain some of the legendary Chocola Reserve. Well, yeah. It's time to feed it to her like a baby bird. And apparently make it possible for her to swallow it in spite of that. And there's the worm. And apparently just having that expunged from her system immediately results in this. Success. That's only repugnant yet truly tremendous success. Queen Bean has returned. You know, it occurs to me that she says repugnant in reference to the vomit, not in reference to the Queen looking like she does, but I'm pretty sure I didn't get that when I was a kid, so that's the hardest I've laughed in a long time. Well done, Lady Lima. It's not I, but rather the Mario Brothers whom you must thank. So Caclera has stolen Princess Peach's voice and the Beanstar. But why would Caclera steal the Beanstar and Princess Peach's voice in the first place? I wonder. Well, I know this already, but I guess it's time for backstory info dump. Beanstar is the protector of this land and it has a power to grant any and all desires. To prevent such power from being used for evil, the Beanstar was cast into a deep sleep. It is said that a voice of great beauty is required to wake the Beanstar from its slumber. It must be the voice of a pure and noble soul. So not Peach. In this day and age, Princess Peach is the only one who possesses such a voice, apparently. Never mind. So the reason Caclera stole Princess Peach's voice and left her just blowing stuff up by doing stuff, much like on the internet today. She must plan to awaken the Beanstar and fulfill all of her desires. And there's no mistaking her one true desire to rule the world. However much that encompasses. I foresaw this desire of hers long ago. We are prepared. Card for card, we have a better hand than she. So we claim. Prince Peasley has arrived too. Perfect timing. Head out to meet Prince Peasley. At once, I guess. Where were you? What cards have you drawn, Your Highness? So apparently not everyone here is privy to what's going on behind the scenes, but there is a thing. So relieved that Queen Bean has recovered. Belly Blitchworms are just so black. Well, and apparently they both had this exciting thought there. Would it be great if no one attacked the town or the castle anymore? Yeah, that'd be nice, yeah. You know what they say about jinxing? Well, we're lucky there was no major structural damage to the castle. Even though I see a few chips here and there still. Looks like everything in town is back to normal, and I had used to be where the Beanstar was kept, but it's just like nothing anymore. It's just like a bed of feathers or whatever that is. And we just go back to the rest of these places. We see basically nothing. Nothing but slightly more people hanging around the castle this time, I guess. But if we go down here... Cheers to Red and Greeny. Thank you for your help earlier. Thanks to you, my secret mission's about to pay off. Jeez. Can't even really imitate that, but... Still doing the Dazzly thing. Excellent work in your mission. Have you learned the whereabouts of Cacletta? Well... I guess that time he didn't need to flash. Thanks to you, absolutely. Wow. Southeast of this castle is Woohoo University. Our local research institution. Cacletta and her underlings have just snuck in there into Woohoo University. You need to pronounce that in a very specific way, you see. It's a perfect place to awaken the Beanstar, for some reason. It's never really explained why that is, but I guess we just assume so. May we meet again, so we know where to go, and I'm pretty sure that we're just about to be told, yeah. It may be your chance to recover Princess Peach's voice. I shall inform the locals that you are to be allowed passage on the road to Woohoo University, which I guess we weren't already. It wasn't just a matter of being cut off by obstacles, but also not actually being able to get there because of some actual official blockade, but have to begin making repairs to the castle court gardens right above us. And we can come this way, but I don't think there's much here. The room on the right is called the Chest of Knowledge. It's full of useful tips for travelers. That's where we keep a store of books left behind by adventurers once visited our castle. We can get knowledge here. If you strike monsters with your hammer as you enter battle, they will be stunned at the fight starts. Yeah, we kind of figured that. If you successfully perform a burst attack multiple times, you will understand advanced commands. Yeah, we have also experienced that. The higher your stash points are, the easier it is to get lucky hits in battle, yeah, because it's a luck stat. When the shopkeepers in this land see a fine, smooth mustache, they become strangely generous. I'm pretty sure your stash thing is not just like the luck stat for lucky critical strikes, but also it determines what kind of discount you get at the shop, which is really weird, but that's how it works in this game. Pretty sure we've seen that in action, and yeah, the town is actually repaired now, but I think, like I said, now that we've come back here and we've established the next objective, and I've been going for just over 3 hours at this point, or at least on my my OBS counter. Not quite up to 3 hours yet on the actual stream counter, but we will be in just a second, but it doesn't matter right away. I think this will be where I call things for now. And, oh shoot. Forget that I keep putting my phone in inconvenient places, whether it be where I usually put the mouse, or where I usually put my perfectly legitimate Game Boy Advance that I'm recording this with, when I'm not using it, but yes. We'll also, speaking of perfectly legitimately, I think I'm gonna make a little insurance save there, and I guess let that be that for now. And, let's see here. Apparently the Warrior's Journey music from Seedling, that's right, this thing. I was playing before the stream is still there, so... If you would be willing to stick around for just a minute longer, like I said, there is somebody that I would want to throw a raid to, but for right now... I guess I can mention that was our second stream of Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, a game that will be continuing next week, I think, on next Monday. I think I'll actually try to aim for in the normal streaming days next week. Hopefully, if Twitch allows me to, by not having these weird outages that it's apparently been having lately, but not tomorrow, but on Friday, I think I will probably be back with more. Well, let me see. It's either on Friday or on Saturday or on Sunday. 2 out of those 3 days I will. I will be streaming Xenoblade Chronicles X, and maybe getting closer to the end, but probably just gonna be mostly grinding for that game. But apparently we might be closer to actually succeeding in that game than I suspected, but yes. I'll be doing that this weekend, and then next week I'll be continuing with Mario and Luigi, so you'll take it easy. I thank everybody for coming like always. Thanks for chatting. Always great whenever people chat, and as I said, if you would be willing to stick around for just a minute longer, I think I'm gonna be throwing a raid at... Let me make sure that this stream is actually operating properly right now. Yep. I'm gonna be raiding Game Tracks, who is playing one of my favorite video games, because it's in one of my favorite series. Not really as an individual example, but it's basically every video game in this series, with very few exceptions, is something that's greatly enjoyed by me. It is Castlevania Dawn of Sorrow, the first Castlevania game for the DS, and I think he's finishing it up tonight. So I think I'll be hanging around there for quite a bit, and well, you know, I just love Castlevania, so... And Game Truck is a really friendly, chill stream, so I hope you'll be hanging out as well, and you know how it works. I don't really have a raid message, blah blah blah, you can say whatever you want, you can say nothing at all, you do whatever it is that your heart commands. But independently of all that, like I said, I'll be back in a weekend with more game, and I will be seeing you later.